I want you, the listener. Yes, I want you, the listener, to press the like button, the subscribe button, but more importantly, comments. Comments that you liked or disliked the topic discussed. What would you like discussed? Because you, the listener, are who is important to me so that I can provide the value that you want and need.
Joel?
Yes, Ray.
You're not a small man.
No, I blocked the sun.
Well, I wasn't going to be quite that generous. One of the things we've talked about is the tone that precedes the question. Now, the tone might be your presence in the room, yours, a customer's, and employees. It is the manner in which a question is asked. It's the manner in which a response is given. And if I were to title any of this, it would be how you do what you do.
For years, you've been telling me I do things different than most people.
You do.
And I've always asked you, at some point, you need to interview me to help others understand how, because you think that this is a very effective tool that can help a lot of people.
I've counseled many of my customers who are in sales and client interactions. When you ask or answer a question, especially going on a heated exchange, those things can happen.
What? Never.
What do you want to have happen next? You can answer that question like a thrown fist. If you want to fight, you can have a fight.
Definitely.
The question is, those words are going to come out of your mouth. Once they have, what do you want to have happen next?
Usually, you don't want to have it become an all-out anger fest.
Right.
In most cases, whether it's with an employee, you're hoping to work with them to get the result that you need. And in the cleaning world, it's either rectifying a customer complaint or a clean building. If it's a customer who's calling and is upset, or that you're face-to-face with and they're dealing with, hey, a whole floor didn't get cleaned last night. What the heck happened? You don't want to add fuel to the fire. You've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, use them accordingly. Like they say in sales, is listen to what people are saying, peel that onion back, get to the root, what's really bothering them. Or when you're working with a staff member who needs to perform a task. Well, if it's their first day, they don't know your policies, your procedures, how to do things. And they might be scared because, oh my God, you're the boss, you know everything. And I don't want to look dumb in front of the boss.
And I don't want to be fired today.
Yeah, there is that. Some of us who've been in our jobs for a long time, trying to remember what my first night was like. And trying to remember the fear I felt. And I think in podcast one time I talked about when I worked for a larger company, the embarrassment that I felt because I had a college education. And there I was with a restroom cart going through a facility and seeing people I had graduated from high school sitting in an office job. And I don't feel that way anymore, but I did at the time. So it's reading that fear in somebody and reading their body language. They might be talking and saying one thing, but their body language is saying something completely different, and trying to take those tense moments and bringing it down. It could be your tone of voice. It could be how you explain something to them and then seeing the deer in the headlight look and then trying to rephrase what you just told them into something that they might be able to understand better, which might also be more hands-on. Mm-hmm. Maybe you're just talking to them and it's not grasping. So what you end up doing is you say, no problem, let me show you. And you have on your personal protective equipment and you show them which chemical to use and colored microfiber to use and the order that everything needs to be done. And then you turn and ask them to do it. And then you make a correction and then you ask them to do again. Usually that will work. And that's how training and working with somebody is. You don't want to leave them behind. You don't want them to fear you. And even if I'm doing a classroom instruction and all of a sudden the whole class is like, well, what the heck are you talking about?
You can see them drift away.
You can see them drift away. Or all of a sudden they're all caught up in their cell phones and things. One of the guys that originally trained me, Brent and Ciro from the ISSA, taught me change the room.
What do you mean by that?
I'm glad you asked that question. So if people are on their cell phones and kind of not paying attention, maybe how you change the room is you walk to the back of the room so everybody physically has to turn and look at you. Mm-hmm. And if I know your name and you don't turn around and you're still on your cell phone, maybe I ask you a question. And then all of a sudden, exactly, then people will start paying attention. Or because I am a very big presence in both height and stature, and if people seem to be a little bit nervous with me talking, maybe what I do is ease back and sit on the top of a desk or on a chair and reduce my height. They don't feel as intimidated by me walking around or standing over them.
Joel, I have a question on this. My understanding is there's a portion of reading the room and communication style that really is part of your group training with cleaning staff, and especially with cleaning company owners, because they're leading their team.
Correct.
I understand that occasionally might receive some disrespect.
Never.
Maybe even occasionally from their own staff.
That happens.
It's understandable for an owner at that point to go, I had it with you, and then the tempers flare. The jobs aren't going to get done today, but I get this SOB out of my office.
My way or the highway?
My way or the highway. Gotta love that one. Of course, now that moment of satisfaction is now going to become an HR issue.
Not only that, a moment of fear. How many people did you upset and how many jobs did that person handle? Are they going to come back? Oh, now I got to do all the cleaning, or oh, I got to pull other people from other buildings and get them mobilized.
How about the people that they work with that they talked to before they left?
Exactly.
Okay. Before that cinematic moment that was so satisfying, but now that has thrown a grenade into the rest of your day goes, helping that owner understand. You may have a really good reason to be upset, but you're in control of how the rest of this day goes and what you're going to do in the next 10 seconds.
Can make your job easy or very difficult.
So true.
And you want to make your job easy, but you also don't want things to escalate. And yes, they may have disrespected you, but you can always turn that moment into a moment of training and a moment of clarity and ask, why do you feel that way? What brought this emotion on? When you de-escalate things and try to get to the root problems, and the person feels like they're being heard instead of dictated to, it changes everything.
And Joel, training that you are handing that team member with that interaction is something that they can mirror when that frontline cleaner is with a customer and somebody confronts them. They may not have the entire presence of mind that the boss does, but they will have seen that. They will have seen that communication style modeled well.
Yes, they will.
Hopefully, if they see it often enough, it'll stick.
It usually does, because you train people the way that you want to be treated. And if you treat them a certain way, 99% of the time, they are going to treat you with the same respect back, even if they're upset. And those are some real feelings, because nobody comes to work trying to do a bad job. It's, again, understand their feelings, their emotions, talk to them, and then look at the different things. Is it their piece of equipment wasn't working right? Was it something that they didn't use that they should have had? And then you help them become part of the solution by helping you diagnose what's wrong.
To our listener, if all this sounds like the kind of psychobabble that you would actually like to put in play and have pay you, because you really did go into work today to have the business pay you, I encourage you, call Joel. He has been through so many of these. He has counseled so many clients through this. Having someone guide you who is outside the stress of your business but understands the BS that you have gone through today is so incredibly valuable. Joel, thank you.
You're welcome.